You're not dreaming. You're here in the vast and technologically advanced OSI 74 studios, where my co-host Miss Mittens and I, your host Mr. Lobo, are getting ready to host a brand new season of Cinema Insomnia. But this time, we want to get you insomniacs involved. Please come join us at our Patreon page, patreon.com/cinema insomnia, where you'll find Mr. Lobo is making your new TV shows, and we're involving you in the process. Even at the dollar level, you will have access to exclusives that other insomniacs aren't. You'll have access to Mr. Lobo that few insomniacs get to enjoy. There'll be other perks at other tiers too. You'll be able to get props from the show, potentially. You'll be able to get your name in the credits, perhaps. Maybe you could bend steel bars with your bare hands, levitate cars, fly. I mean, think of it. Anything is possible if you come, be a part, and join our inner, sweet, double-stuffed, deep, salty, caramel, double-dipped, gooey center supercore. And Mr. Lobo's getting hungry all of a sudden, but look, you hit the subscribe bar, Mr. Lobo's going to hit the snack bar, and we'll see you later for a brand new season of Cinema Insomnia.
You are under my power. Look into the hypnotic eye.
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
We are the survivors of a disintegrated solar system.
Tell this to everybody wherever they are. Watch the sky. Everywhere. Keep looking. Keep watching the sky.
Flying saucers have invaded our planet.
Please assume the position to repeat after Mr. Lobo.
You see? Your stupid mind. Stupid. You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
Tonight's feature is presented in ooky, spooky, and altogether ooky, swamp-o-vision. Finally, you can look at the world with green eyes without expensive contacts. Swamp-o-vision promotes moisture and gets the red out, void in some states. I'm your or host, Mr. Lobo. Horror host, Mr. Lobo, that is. In the depths of the murky swamp, the comic book legend lives. A scientist is trying to create a new species, a combination of plant and animal that can adapt and thrive in the harshest of conditions. After an unfortunate accident, he is transformed into a hideous mutant of superhuman size and strength. Based on the DC Comics hero, directed by horror hero Wes Craven, and starring Adrienne Barbeau from the neck down, Get out your paddles and prepare to play in the dark as Cinema Insomnia is proud to present the 1982 classic creature feature, Swamp Thing. Ugh. This is wet. I can't even read this, but I can't make it out, but I can just assume that we can't show Swamp Thing because that's usually how things go on this program. We apologize for our low film budget per usual. Mr. Lobo didn't mean to lead you on. We instead bring you a much cheaper creature feature made down in the Florida Everglades. Well, white trash floats? Okay, that is not acceptable. How many times does Mr. Lobo have to tell you that white trash is a racist term? Okay, it burns both ways. I don't care if they are proud of it, or you just don't say that. It's like saying wigger. It's double awful. It's just not how we write copy on this program. This thing wasn't even tear properly. You know, our pasty brothers have just as much right to drink moonshine out of a jelly jar in a dirty undershirt as anyone else. Maybe more so. Where do you get an undershirt to fit a jelly jar? Oh well. What film do we have tonight? I seem to have ripped up the card. No. We did that. I remember hosting it. What do you mean when? All right. But let's present it as one of its lesser known AKAs, all right? Maybe trick them into watching it. Oh, sorry, where were we? Oh yes, in the swamp. Don't worry, everything's fine. Put on your swampo-vision glasses and get ready to get sucked in the Florida Everglades, where teeth and shoes are scarce. Giant leeches attack the slack-jawed locals of a poor shantytown and drag them to an underwater cave where they slowly drain them of their highly alcoholic blood while they're still alive. In this 1959 suckfest, attack of the... Bloodsuckers from the atomic swamp in swamp-o-vision.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Just hold it a second, Lem. Liz? You hear me, girl?
What do you want now?
You gotta play that thing so loud. come out like this first.
Oh, don't bother me.
Liz. Someday I'm gonna give that she-cat a whopping she's been asking for.
Sure you will, Dave. Bring the law down to her. Let her know who wears the pants around here.
I'll be back in a minute.
Any whooping's done back there, I'll lay you a jug. She'll be doing it.
Come on now, Lim, and tell us about that thing you killed out there at the swamp, will you?
Yeah, Lim, let's hear the rest of that.
Like I was saying, I put 5 slugs into that critter before it went under. Doggonest thing I ever seen. Had regular arms on it like a man. But it was sort of different looking. Had suckers on them. Like one of them octopuses things. Oh, it was plumb awful looking.
Lim, you sure that critter wasn't pink?
Oh, I told you before it was sort of gray looking. Well, laugh if you want. But that thing weren't nothing nature put out there. Oh, sir. And it weren't no freak gator neither. I've been poaching this country for 40 years, and I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Well, too bad you didn't bring it back. Steve Benton probably paid a fair bounty for whatever it was.
Bounty? I wouldn't touch that critter for all the money he ever made. And if you seen it, you wouldn't either.
You better take it easy on this stuff. You looking kind of peaked.
No. I'm gonna clean my otter lines out before morning.
Lim, I think that critter's a ghost of one of those otters you've been poaching all these years, coming back to haunt you.
Well, if that's so, you fellas will see it right quick yourselves.
Mr. Lobo is going to need some home brew himself. This was a bad week to try to switch to decaf. Attack of the Giant Otter Phantom sounds like a much better movie than what we have here tonight. And speaking of drunken poachers, the Otter Limits will be right back, right here on OSI 74. Otter Space International. All right. No more otter jokes. No more puns, I promise. I oughter knock it off.
So, sport, you got a radical new device as a holiday gift, but how do you protect it?
When your phone needs protection, there's one man to call. His name's Ollie! But he's not a man at all. He's the super durable, overprotective otter. And that's Ollie. He protects your devices much more than he should. He's a little overbearing, but it's all good. Overprotective protection, but more. When you're hiking or running or playing miniature golf, he'll protect your devices. Nothing rhymes with golf. When it comes to protection, Ollie's boss. He'll even protect your phone from barbecue sauce. Sweet, spicy, saucy, tangy, overprotective. He'll protect your phone wherever you are, unless it gets kicked into an active volcano. Overprotective protection on steroids. If you get OtterBox for the holidays, please don't throw your phone into a fiery blaze. Seriously, don't do it. It'll catch on fire and burn your house to the ground. But you've made your point, your OtterBox is...
Go, Ollie, go. Overprotective, overprotective.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Unapologetically overprotective OtterBox cases.
1,000% compatible with Alpha Glass.
Ollie the Otter action figure is not a real toy and not sold separately. Batteries not included because it doesn't exist. Peyton Manning does exist, but is also not included.
Oh, hi, Vern. You know, I just got through watching the Andy Griffith Show on WDBJ7, That's right, Vern. The Mayberry sensation on your hometown station. I watch it every weekday afternoon. They got Aunt Bee and Barney and Goober and the whole gang. I know what, Vern. Let's me and you play Mayberry. I'll be Andy and you be Dopey.
Tonight's feature is melodramatic, smellodramatic, monochromatic, deliberately paced, and full of unfortunate stereotypes of poverty-stricken Caucasians that are thicker than any swamp. And truly dares you to stay awake. Mr. Lobo must ask you all, as I have in the past, to take the insomniac oath. Performing the hypno-wheel spinning duties is our own real 7 girl. LIZABELLE, Jojo Bob, Baby Doll, Imperial J.J. Walker Jr. Or something like that. Come on out, Lizabella.
Out.
Earn your money, for crying out loud. Oh, come on now, Liza Bob, Bobby Joe, Bella baby. I mean, where's the spinner?
I do what I want.
Charming. All right. How about this? You just stand there and look bored. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have more of our lovely real 7 girl later in the show. For now, just pretend there's a big vacant spiral behind Mr. Lobo instead of a blonde... Never mind. Please assume the position and repeat after Mr. Lobo. I, as an initiated member...
Fine.
Of the...
Sure. I'll do it.
What?
The spinny thing. I'll do the spinny thing.
Hypno spinner.
Whatever. You want me to do it or not, Pops?
Fine. One moment, folks. Mr. Lobo apologizes for the delay. Please, once again, assume the position and repeat after Mr. Lobo. I, as an initiated member of the Sleepless Nights of Insomnia, do solemnly swear to watch the movie, the whole movie, and nothing but the movie. So help me, Mr. Lobo. You may stand down. Thank you, Lulu Bell.
Whatever, Haji.
Charming. And now, back to tonight's feature. Not to be confused with Attack of the Giant Leeches. Bloodsuckers from the Atomic Swamp.
Look, it's not like I want to be mean or anything like that, Liz, baby. I got a reputation around here. These folks have no respect for a man who lets his woman boss him. Well, next thing they know, they'll be laughing at me. And they'll be telling all the rest of the... Won't you please listen to me, Liz, baby? Liz?
Looking at me like that.
I'll look at you any way I want. You're my wife.
touch me.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't touch me. You're my wife. I'll touch you anytime I feel like it. Where you going? Where you going?
I'm going out. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I won't.
Liz, baby, I didn't mean nothing.
There was a young one in that last trap. I had to kill it.
Oh, poor thing.
Told you shouldn't have come along.
Well, I can understand hunting an animal, but making it suffer in those traps, it's horrible.
Well, these poachers know the swamps like the back of their hands. But I'll catch one of them in the act some night and put him away for 6 months. Meantime, I'll have to be satisfied confiscating their trap lines. If you lose enough traps, it won't pay them to keep trying.
Well, be careful, darling. These people aren't like other folks. You know, they'll try and get back at you.
Let them try.
Steve, you're a stranger here. They've lived this way for generations. One man isn't going to change them overnight.
You're a real worrywart.
Oh, I'm serious, Steve. They can be dangerous.
Okay, I'll be careful. You just stop worrying.
Oh, Steve, I love you. I love you so much. What was that?
I don't know. You get in that truck and lock it up.
Listen, Benton. The coroner ruled that Sawyer died by misadventure. Now, as far as this officer's concerned, that's the end of it.
But, Sheriff, I can't see why
Look,
they're...
if Lem was killed by anything human, I wouldn't need you to tell me my job. But I'm not about to go tromping through the swamp looking for an overgrown gator.
Sawyer wasn't killed by an alligator.
Is that so? Did you hear that, Morton? Game Warden Benton says it wasn't a gator killed Lem. Well, then what was it? You know so much, go on, tell me. What killed him?
Doc Grayson said the wounds were the kind a squid or a large octopus might cause.
Oh, sure. And did Grayson explain how a saltwater creature happened to be 30 miles inland living in clear water?
Stranger things have happened, I know.
Look here, Ben. You work for the state. Now, why don't you keep your nose out of county business? Is that clear enough for you?
Oh, go soak your fat head.
What was that you said?
I said go soak your fat head.
Oh, that boy's looking for bad trouble. And he's sure going to get it. You can bet on that.
That game warden is looking for bad trouble, trying to change these simple swamp people. He's bound to upset the power structure of our entire nation. We need the lowest of the low down that we can look down on, and that can be used as tools when needed by greedy politicians and corporate slavers. Besides, all that Western wear, straw hats, big belt buckles, grain alcohol, junk food, sugar cereal, plastic cups, paper plates and bowls, flags, votes, Duck Dynasty memorabilia. It all isn't going to buy itself. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
Here you are, Granny.
They's all dry again.
Hey, where's that there baseball fella?
He took off in some of your things.
All that running sure makes a feller hungry.
Yeah. Sure would like to have something to give my strength back. Like some fresh-boiled golf eggs.
I'd rather have something that's crispy and crunchy.
Yeah, something with a nice corn taste.
Yeah, with cream and sugar.
How about some Kellogg's cornflakes?
Yeah!
You two are sure getting to be city slickers.
Corniest flakes anybody makes, Kellogg's.
We love to get cards and letters from our fans on our Insomniac mail sack. Jack from Wyoming writes in, Dear Mr. Lobo, I enjoy your program. I have been trying to write you for many years, but every time I send a letter, it gets sent back. Do you have a new address? Your friend, Jack. Well, thank you, Jack, for asking. We've been on so many different channels and in different markets that it's been hard to keep all of those P.O. boxes open. But now we have a secure base here at our own studio, Outer Space International, and you can reach Mr. Lobo at this P.O. box. Mr. Lobo, care of OSI, Box 74, at Glen, Pennsylvania, 19310. Thanks for writing, Jack. And how did you send this? That doesn't make sense.
If you love me half as much as I love you,
his pure country music is irresistible.
you wouldn't worry me half as much as you do.
He's won 14 gold albums. From hee-haw to the Grand Ole Opry, he makes people happy. With good, honest country music everyone loves. Boxcar Willie.
I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
Now the special magic of Boxcar Willie is captured in his all-new 2-record collection.
I got a feeling called the blues, oh Lord, since my baby said goodbye.
2 complete albums.
Hey, you get down the middle and you get down the bowl. Kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Oh, lay that pistol down, baby, lay that pistol down.
It's the best Boxcar Willie collection ever.
He's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes.
All your best loved favorites.
This old house once rang with laughter. This old house heard many shouts. Now she trembles in the darkness when the night wind walks about on the wings of a snow white dove.
This great new Boxcar Willie collection is not sold in stores.
I've been a-passing everything in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make a home tonight.
Stay tuned to order yours now.
He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse. He's in the jailhouse now.
Use your credit card and save COD charges by calling toll-free 1-800-257-1234. Or to save all additional charges, send check or money order for only $12.98 for albums or tapes to Boxcar Willie, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia.
On specially marked boxes of Mr. Lobo's, a cardboard flimsy disc of the soundtrack to tonight's film, all 11 minutes of it, as composed by Alexander Laszlo on the Cheesaphonic 900 organ. Just ask Mom or Dad or your social worker. Cut out this long-playing 16 RPM record. You might want to put it on 78 just to get it over with. Sounds like a old-time radio soap opera. Or Grandpa Nana's organ lessons over pizza and pipes. Only with deeper emotional scars. We're gonna need a lot more coffee. Let's plunk and pedal our way back into Reel 3 of Bloodsuckers of the Oregon Trail in B flat. Wait, that's not right.
So you see, the octopi uses its suction discs to hold its prey. Now, in itself, the disc will not inflict a wound. Same is true of the squid. Now, both creatures have a parrot-like beak as their primary offensive and defensive weapon.
Well, maybe the sheriff was right, Dad. Could be a freak or a malformed alligator.
No, I'm afraid it wasn't.
Well, where does that leave us, Doc?
I wish I knew. You know, I'm beginning to think Lem was telling the truth in Walker's store. He did see something that night. Something that had intelligence enough to seek him out and destroy him later.
But Sawyer claims to have killed the thing he saw. Put a half a dozen rifle bullets into it. I've seen that old 44-40 used. Nothing could live after being hit with those slugs.
Well, conceding the possibility of one such creature, we must also concede the possibility of others.
Well, there's one sure way of finding out. Go in and search every backwater, channel, and wet spot in the swamp. If it's there, I'll find it.
Sure is quiet around here.
Did you hear something?
Yes?
Well, whatever it was, it's not here anymore.
Do you want some coffee?
Yeah, thanks, hon.
An army could hide in here and never be noticed.
Well, one did.
What?
The Seminoles under Osceola in the 1830s. Took the U.S. Army 2 years to round them up.
Oh, I remember reading about Osceola in high school. 2 years. You've only been at it 2 days and I feel worn out.
Well, you might as well keep on looking around. Well, I guess we may as well give up for today.
Well, you won't get any argument from me. the last time, Dave Walker. You answer me, you dirty old man.
I ain't dirty, Liz, baby.
Liz, baby. Liz, honey. Can't you think of anything else to say, stupid?
I gotta get this order over to Miss Shovey. She's one of my better customers. Can't keep her waiting. I love you, Liz, baby.
Get out. Get out, you fat pig!
You, have some trouble, Dave?
You know women, Cal. Gotta get the hair down every now and then.
You sure do know an awful lot about females. I gotta hand it to you.
I can't stand here jawing, Cal. Gotta get this order over to Miss Shovey.
What's she letting her hair down about this time?
Well, ever since Lem got herself killed, she wants me to sell out and move into town.
Don't you let her bamboozle you, Dave. You keep her right here in the store. After all, the place wouldn't be the same without you around.
Thanks, Cal. I better get going. See you when I get back.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Oh, excuse me. Mr. Lobo got sucked into his favorite book, the dictionary. It's basically the best bits of every other book I've ever read, just in a different order. Did you know that the octopi uses its suction discs to hold its prey? You did? Well, where did you hear that? Wait a second. Music. I thought that record was finished playing. Strange. Oh well, Mr. Lobo's going to try to figure it out. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
I am an underarm expert. I am up to my neck in underarms. What I use to help stop perspiration is Soft and Dry from Gillette. The antiperspirant that never stings your underarms, even after shaving. Soft and Dry helps keep you dry, dry, dry. But you never, 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 never sting. Soft and Dry. Recommended by underarm experts.
You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Oh, they won't wilt when you pour on milk. Oh, they won't bunch when they are crunch. They're double toasted, double crisp and good. General Mills makes them just the way they should. You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Some fields of corn, so majestically waving that they won't wilt when you pour on milk. Double toasted cornflakes made with rice. So buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Please buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. They're made from corn.
Tonight on Cinema Insomnia, we give you buckets of low-budget drama with minimal sets. For those of you who wonder what would happen if TV producer Quinn Martin did Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, let us now return to Act 4 of tonight's episode, Attack of the Giant Leches. Our special guest star tonight, everyone who's ever been confused with Alan Hale, a Quinn Martin production.
Liz, baby. It's Cal, honey.
You want something, Cal?
I sure do, honey.
Tired?
Oh, I'm dead.
Me too. Come on over here. It seems kind of silly knocking ourselves out looking for something we aren't even sure exists.
What do you mean?
You know, we've covered miles of back channel and haven't come across anything to support your father's theory of an alien creature. Not so much as a mud print we couldn't identify.
I know. You're not going to give up, are you, Steve?
Well, I can't waste any more time on a wild goose chase. With all respect to your father's ideas.
Dad seems so sure.
You're some woman, Liz. I reckon I never met a woman like you before.
You really like me, Cal?
You kidding? No, I didn't hurt you now, did I?
It's just that you're so strong. I like a man that's strong.
You sure picked a doozy, then, man, Dave. I don't think he's got a muscle in him. Just a big piece of flab. Oh, honey, I didn't mean anything against you. Just that I can't see a real woman like you tying in with a tub-o-lard like him.
You wouldn't understand, Cal. You know, I've wanted to tell you. You just wouldn't understand.
He try me. Come on, you tell old Cal all about it.
You wouldn't think bad of me?
Crazy. You tell me you killed your pa and your ma and your whole family. I fight to protect you.
First husband was a no-good bum. Couldn't keep a job more than a week. Used to get lushed up, come home beat up on me.
He must have been a prize pig.
One night he tried to hold up a gas station. He was so drunk he couldn't even run. They caught him less than a mile away. He got sent up. I got a divorce.
It's rough.
After 3 years working in a lousy beanery, I was ready for the first guy that said a nice word to me. It was Dave. That's it.
I wish it had been me. I'd know how to take care of a woman like you, Liz.
Maybe it ain't too late, Cal.
All right, campers, hands above the covers. This is more like Attack of the Mushy Horn Dogs. You know, for every couple in a steamy love scene, you can bet there's at least one guy just off set holding his gun. Sorry about the double-barreled entendre, but Mr. Lobo just doesn't like kissing or crying in his sci-fi horror movies. This film needs a lot less Tennessee Williams and a lot more Richard Matheson. That's right, Mr. Lobo's not only schooling you, he's giving you homework. There's enough libidinous illiterates in the show tonight, thank you very much. Don't fall asleep in the wet spot. Cinema Insomnia will be right back after this pillow talk.
Karen Black, a major star, creates a television first.
There's a golden chain wrapped around it to keep the spirit from making the doll come to life.
Face to face to face with the unbearable unknown. Trilogy of terror.
Buy now and save at Ensign Chrysler Plymouth.
Right, Skipper. Buy now and save with Ensign Chrysler Plymouth's new 0% interest plan. Buy any car or truck now and pay 0% interest for 6 full months on any amount up to $5,000. And when you buy at Ensign, we'll even finance your ICBC insurance. Buy now and save with Ensign's revolutionary 0% interest plan. Ensign Chrysler Plymouth, Yates at Cook, and Quadra at Caledonia in Victoria.
Tell them the skipper sent you.
Is that for you?
The best movie of the year.
I don't love him anymore.
Johnny's my best friend. This will be our secret.
Experience this quirky new black comedy.
You have my money, right? I treat you like a princess, and you stab me in the back.
It's a riot.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
A film with the passion of Tennessee Williams. The Room. Directed by Tommy Wiseau. Rated R. Experience this quirky new black comedy. Coming soon near you.
Bang! You know, Mr. Lobo has seen this marshmallow drama before. Is it still a crime of passion if you fire 9 warning shots and chase him through the swamp for 10 minutes? Sorry, Mr. Lobo just pictured Dave getting passionate. In this next reel, Dave threatens to blow Cal plumb in two. Sorry, I can't even tell you what Mr. Lobo was thinking about there. Wait a second. Do you hear something? Never mind. When we come back after the next reel, we'll try to save this leech-infested suckfest by resurrecting our snack bar segment. We'll show you how to make poor white bread pudding. For now, let's drop our dirty ore back in the water, shall we? As we put on our patented Swamp-O-Vision glasses as Cinema Insomnia returns to our own little couples retreat, Homewreckers of the Southwest, presented in low fidelity Swamp-O-Vision.
You're wrong, woman. It's too late for the both of you. Get up. Come on, get up.
Now, look, Dave, I know what you're thinking, but...
I got double large shot in this here thing. You got 2 seconds before I pull the trigger.
No point getting riled, Dave. Wasn't my fault, but she's been pestering me for months to take her out.
Sure, Cal. I understand. Get her up so I can get a better look at the lying little tramp. Come on, get her up.
Come on, get up.
Cal, no. No, he'd kill me. Kill me.
Jumping. When your husband wants to take a look at you.
You walk all the way, Dave?
One more step and I'll blow your plumb in two. Get over there.
Now, Dave, it ain't as bad as you think.
Shut up! Tramp.
What are you gonna do?
You'll find out soon enough.
Dave, you put down that gun before I get mad and make you eat it.
You go ahead and try it, Cal. Go right ahead and try it. Move! Move! Until you drop! Like a fool child.
Go on. Cal.
Keep going.
Dave, please, you gotta listen. It wasn't my fault, honest. She kept playing up to me every time you turned your back. It wasn't my fault.
You call yourself a man. You and your muscles.
Shut up, you tramp! If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this fix. And my old friend Dave wouldn't be doing this thing to me. It's all your fault.
Get going.
But Dave, we've been friends. We've been friends a long time, Dave. You wouldn't kill an old friend, Dave.
If you don't move, I'll kill you where you stand.
But Dave!
Pray, big man.
I didn't mean it, Dave. I didn't mean it. Dave, the kid is out here. Please, Dave.
I'm sorry. Honey, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
You think you'll learn enough to stay away from a woman, Cal?
Anything, Dave. I'm moving out of the county. I'll do anything you say, Dave. Anything.
All right. Come on out of there.
Dave, give me a hand. How'd you go?
Look out! Behind you!
Once again, we resurrect our snack bar segment with a swamp thing for your mouth. based on tonight's feature. This is a comfort food in certain ethnic families that maybe aren't fancy enough for French toast, but not poor enough to starve to death. With all of the peoples of every Pantone shade, necessity is the mother of invention. Humility gives you grace. Poverty is a virtue. And that which does not kill us makes us hungry. And this next snack may be considered some white soul food, if you will. But you probably won't. All you need is some white bread, white sugar, your favorite dairy or non-dairy white beverage, and a plastic cup and spoon. And you're ready to whoop up your own poor white bread pudding. Just simply stuff an ordinary piece of white bread down into a cup. Just simply stuff an ordinary piece of white bread down into a cup. Just quite simply stuff an ordinary piece of white bread down into a cup. Like so. Sprinkle with some white refined sugar. Not too much. Add milk, milk substitute, dairy creamer, horse and milk, or whatever turns you on. Mix it up with your plastic spoon, or for extra points, use the plastic spoon that's supposed to be in your sugar. And viola, bread pudding for hobo kings, trailer queens, and nights under the bridge. Why don't you enjoy some of the treat that we like to call the other white privilege right now during tonight's intermission. Boy, howdy.
Good evening. It's intermission time. And during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in. Our service is friendly and quick. You'll find hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, your favorite candies, hot and cold beverages, and other delicious snacks. So add to your fun of watching the movie. Visit our refreshment stand right now during our 10-minute intermission. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and we hope you'll come to see us often. It's great to get out to the movies.
Come on, ladies, you know the drill.
We can do this one of two ways. Slow and easy or just plain dead. Your choice.
One prisoner escaped. That still leaves 6 more passengers to cart around. It's pretty obvious this is where they change vehicles.
You gotta be kidding me. Do you know what we're up against?
intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
Oh, jeez. Whoa, Jesus.
Did you see the way those guys looked at us?
Who wants to go skinny dipping?
No.
We got your friend!
They captured Allison!
Oh, it's some pancakes. You hate pancakes. I'm gonna make you something else.
What am I doing here?
Fell into the water. I dove in and rescued you. We'll go find your friends. You should relax. Tucker and Dale are on the case.
What is this place? It's just a cabin. It doesn't mean they're psycho killers.
Then why don't you go in there and talk to them?
All right. Maybe I will. I said maybe.
Dale, what are you doing?
I'm digging a crapper hole.
You mind if I help?
He's making her dig her own grave.
There's no rules out here. It's us against them.
No!
Oh, good. Look, your friends are here.
Are you okay? This is a suicide pact. These kids are coming out here and they're killing themselves all over the woods.
Oh, my God, that makes so much sense.
The girl that we have, she can maybe explain the whole thing.
You've got another one inside.
Yeah, she's in my bedroom.
Heads up.
Oh, you gotta take the safety off on the side there.
Don't do that.
Start being more careful!
Time to die, freak.
Fire! Stop, double rope!
No, don't use that.
Let's get you down from there.
Wait.
Sorry about that. This vacation sucks.
Today, we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anyway.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand. We're now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon.
You're all set a spell, because I want to tell you a homespun story about homemade whiskey and some down-home folks just trying to earn a dishonest living.
I know you hag boys, moonshiners, troublemakers, and trash. Well, you clean moonshine out of this county.
Moon runners.
is a blockbusting story of car chasing.
Hold it right there. Freeze, boy. Freeze!
And foot-loosing. With friendly women.
I never sleep alone. I always sleep with a 45 automatic.
And understanding kinfolks.
You end up in a Pickens County jail. For what? Brawling! Brawling! Why can't you get in jail for something respectable?
It's all about hanging out together. And getting it on together.
There's a fella in here who wants me to whip him with a big old stick. Is that the same price?
Same price. It's all about big business.
Jake, you're looking at the competition.
And we're gonna roll right over you.
Free enterprise.
Ain't nobody moving a drop around here unless I say so.
And family tradition.
No money ever compromised it. No government ever made me conform.
It's all about a whole bunch of folks getting together for a whole lot of fun. Jim Mitchum picks up where his daddy left off in Thunder Road. I did the music, and I'll tell you the story. I'm Waylon Jennings.
What the f is going on? I can't sit out there and listen to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. The curtain will rise in 3 minutes. We all start for the gents. The curtain will rise in 1 minute. We all start running out again. Listen, I think this show is beyond the help of any director. You just do it. I'll sit out there in the dark with a bag of gummy bears and enjoy it.
Cinema Insomnia now returns you to our feature presentation.
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia. I'm your host, Mr. Lobo. We hope you enjoyed tonight's intermission. Mr. Lobo had about 20 of those Poe white bread puddings and is ready for a nap. Luckily, I have some black coffee to get me back up to my usual gray self for the rest of tonight's feature. All right then. How does swampo vision work? Is that a rhetorical question? Was that last question about it being a rhetorical question a rhetorical question? Basically, you get these glasses from the OSI 74 shop, and they add an amazing greenish look to any old black and white film. This is our sad attempt to get many young people, and even sadder, many old people, to come back and slum it with the classics. And speaking of classics, let's see what John Stanley's Creature Features Movie Guide has to say about tonight's feature. Attack of the Giant Leeches, 1959, 1 star. Leo Gordon's plot is as crudely shaped as the mutated beasts in a swamp stealing bodies and storing them for food for their lecherous appetite in an underwater cavern. This unconvincing swamp water is the pathetic producing efforts of Gene and Roger Corman. The aquarium bloodsuckers, caused by falling debris from rockets from nearby Cape Canaveral, are human forms with canvases pulled around their bodies and sucker pods stuck on their faces. The only time a film comes to life is when a sluttish woman, Yvette Vickers, shows off her shapely legs and seduces a good-looking guy while her fat, cuckold husband runs around the marsh firing his shotgun. Such absurdities abound, including inept underwater shots. The direction by Bernard L. Kowalski is Limbo-esque. Well, thanks for that, John. And now, the second half of tonight's feature. It starred Playboy Playmate Yvette Vickers as missing swamp tramp Liz Walker. Our most recent giant leech victim also co-starred as a bad girl in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, another Attack of the type film. For the sake of our ratings, I hope we see much more of her in the second half of tonight's feature, Attack of the Giant Leeches, also known as Attack of the B-Movie Babe Drain Babies, presented in Swampovision.
There ain't nothing down here, Sheriff.
Well, I'm getting tired of this. Come on in, boys. Well, if there was any bodies out there, we'd have found them. I want some straight answers, Walker. And don't give me any more of that crud about monsters, either. Where'd you hide them after you killed them?
I told you the truth, Sheriff. I didn't kill them. I just wanted to scare them good. I loved my Liz. I wouldn't do anything to hurt her. I loved her.
Sure. You loved her. That's why you chased her through the swamp with a shotgun. Come on, Walker. Where'd you hide the bodies?
Won't you believe me? It was some monsters. They...
Take him out of here before I lose my temper.
My Liz.
County fair reward if someone finds a body, Sheriff?
$50.
Each?
Yeah.
You know, I never thought that of old Dave. Of course, everybody knowed that Carol and Liz had a hankering for each other. Everybody but old Dave.
Darn fools. Grappling out there in the middle of the water. If them bodies are still in there, you can bet some old bull gator's got 'em stuffed in his cave under the bank, letting 'em ripen up for a few days.
Yeah, well, what we need now is some long cypress poles to go in there and probe them gator caves.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Doc, I can't do it.
I'll have to do it myself.
Wouldn't want to have to arrest you, Doc, but I will if I find you near the preserve with any explosives.
Steve.
Sorry, Nan, that's the way it's got to be.
Steve's right, man. It's his job to protect wildlife.
What about human life? 3 people have been killed in that game preserve. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Nan, try to understand. If I could be sure something in the swamp was responsible for those deaths, I wouldn't hesitate a minute. We've been together the last 3 days. We didn't see a trace of anything unusual. Not so much as a suggestion of any form of life unknown to us.
Steve, something killed those people.
All right, I'll admit Sawyer's death left a lot of questions unanswered. But you can bet your bottom dollar the other 2 died from Dave Walker's shotgun.
Do you really believe that?
Figure it out, Nan. Walker admitted chasing his wife and cow into the swamps after he found them together. He shot them and he tried to place the blame on Sawyer's DTs. If Sawyer had told of seeing purple giraffes with polka dot tails, Walker would have claimed they did it.
There's one argument against that, Steve. Dave Walker wasn't the kind of a man to hang himself, not even with 2 murder charges against him. I talked with Dave less than an hour before he killed himself. That man was in a state of shock. I've seen frightened men before, terrified men. But I've never seen anything to compare with the horror and the fear in Walker's eyes.
Well, he realized what he'd done and he killed 2 people. One his wife. Oh, look, Doc, Nan and I were all over that swamp. And why didn't these monsters attack us?
I've been thinking about that. They're probably night creatures. They can't stand the light and they stay down near the bottom during the day. A small charge would stun them, bring them to the surface.
Can't buy, Doc.
You're pig-headed, Steve Benton. Stubborn and pig-headed.
You just don't understand, do you? Good night, Doc.
What? We're out already? That segment was so short. Not that Mr. Lobo's complaining. I just didn't have any time to think of any material. I don't blame Dave for hanging himself. This movie's starting to get even more sticky and mooky. Look, if Ranger Rick's girlfriend Nan isn't man-friendly enough for you, stick around for our lucky, lovely Real 7 girl coming up next on Cinema Insomnia with Mr. Lobo.
Hi, folks. I'm Misty Rowe, and I have a joke for you. Or maybe it's a riddle. Or maybe it's a joke riddle. Or maybe... Oh, anyway, I crossed a he with a ha. What did I get? Well, I don't really know how to describe it, but you can see it for yourself. It comes right through here on TV 39 Sundays at 6 o'clock, and it's just full of country fun and country music. He'll love it.
That's right, Misty. The whole Hee Haw Gang meets here every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on WDZL, Channel 39.
Say, Thelma Lou's still sore at you, huh? Yeah. I tell you what you do. It never fails. You call her up and say real friendly. Real friendly. Thelma Lou, honey, sweetie pie, baby girl, doll face. How about meeting me for a cup of Sanka coffee? Huh? I got so much I want to tell you over a cup of Sanka coffee that's made from a blend of rich, flavorful coffees. And since Sanka coffee's 97% caffeine-free, we can drink as much as we want. Here, try it.
Sir, get me 247. Never fails, huh?
Never.
Hello? Thelma Lou, honey? Sweetie pie? Baby girl? Doll face? How about... Hello? Hello? Same to you, sister. Never fails, huh?
First time. Try Sanka coffee in the nice-to-hold jar. The coffee for folks who love good coffee. Outstandingly good coffee. I appreciate it, and good night.
Greetings! Speaking of drain babies and minds in the gutter, it's now time for our lucky Real 7 girl. Hold on, just a second, insomniacs. We're having technical difficulties. LIZABELLE, Bobby Joe? You hear me, Real 7 girl?
What do you want now?
Could you, please, turn that rebellious, upsetting 70-year-old music down, please?
Don't touch me.
Sorry. Could someone, anyone, turn that raucous, deafening, light instrumental 50s music down, please? Please. Thank you. This charming princess was chosen by you, our desperately lonely viewers out there, to introduce the next reel of tonight's film and hopefully boost ratings with white males, 18 to 24, in the latter part of our program. Tell us a little bit about yourself, lucky Real 7 girl.
My daddy's in the KKK. My brother broke my nose. My mama carries a Bowie knife. And my little sister don't have no clothes. People say I'm no good because I'm from the wrong side of the tracks. Sacramento.
You're not even proper swamp trash.
Excuse me?
And now I think we're going to get a little angry letter from Mink DeVille.
Holy f***ing what the f*** is that? Is that a monster?
What are you talking about?
What the f*** is that? God, tarnation daffodil.
What are you talking
What
about?
the? Holy sh**. Do you see the gut? It's huge.
I don't see a monster. Where?
It's
Where?
giant. You don't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You
I don't
saw
see
it.
anything.
Did you see it?
I don't have any money. All right.
You saw it. You saw a monster.
I think I need an adult.
Did you see
I
it?
mean, we took the trash out last Tuesday. Hey, lady, come on.
Did you see it? Did you see it? It was huge. Did
Oh,
you
no.
See it? What? You saw it?
Oh, no. Worse. Miss Mittens is home early from work and she's got a shotgun. Oh! Miss Mittens, why did you do that? I could have explained. Couldn't you have at least have fired a warning shot? Now I gotta introduce Reel 7 to tonight's movie all by myself. And now, Cinema Insomnia presents Reel 7 of Attack of the Giant Beanbag Chairs. All right, Miss Mittens, now help me drag this body off to the swamp. What do you mean you can't?
Right over there in them reeds. Just can't figure old Dave out.
If you was caught like Cal, what would you do?
I hadn't thought of that. Right over there in them reeds is where that big one used to be.
Yeah.
Caught some good catfish in that hole. Boy, this is sure a hot one.
Right unseasonable. Sure is funny.
Huh?
Ain't you noticed anything?
Oh, what?
We've been prodding around here all morning. Ain't run across a single gator. By rights, this pool should be crawling with 'em. Sure funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
I don't like the looks of things. Let's call it a day.
Well, now, wait a minute. We ain't pulled the gator holes around the bend yet.
You do what you want to do, boy. Just get me on dry land, and right quick.
All right. Now, ain't no use getting all head up. Let's go. You better quit drinking that moonshine. That's why you're so wrinkled and ugly. We out here. Wild goose chase.
calling, but there's been no answer.
Oh, I just got back. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, haven't you heard?
Old Sam Peters and Porky Reed have disappeared.
Come on inside.
You know, Cobus, nothing would please him more than to have all the swamp people disappear. Swamp trash, he calls them.
I know.
They have about as much regard for him as he has for them. When they're worried enough to go to him, you know something's wrong.
Mrs. Reed said the men went searching for Cal and Mrs. Walker's bodies, and they never returned.
Cobus says he'll get up a search party if they don't show up in a couple of days.
Doc, you and Nan take your car and get as many volunteers as you can. Tell them to meet me at the old wagon road. I'll call Doak Evans and have him bring his dogs. Either they're lost or they've had an accident.
I hope to heaven you're right.
Mr. Lobo hates it when they smoke in the movie. That's better. Now look, Miss Mittens. That piece of trash meant nothing to me, all right? She was just having some kind of freak out, just pulling on Mr. Lobo's clothes. I mean, that girl had issues. 1 second. Miss Mittens and I have some family business to discuss out in the woodshed. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back. Like I said, Miss Mittens, she meant nothing.
Hi, I'm Robert Lee. I own Coleman Liquidation. I sell mobile homes. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to tell it just like it is. These are mobile homes, not mansions. They come in 2 pieces. If that's what you're looking for, that's what I got. They're used. Some of them have stains. We cover that up. She decorates them. She sells them. These guys help me move them. A bouncer in Birmingham hit me in the face with a crescent wrench 5 times. And my wife's boyfriend broke my jaw with a fence post. So if you don't buy a trailer from me, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. So come on down to Coleman Liquidation and get yourself a home. Or don't. I don't care.
Sunday, the first 2-hour Dukes of Hazzard TV movie. A stuntman fails at the world's longest car leap, and a beautiful woman lures Bo to risk his life. Jealousy erupts, and it's Duke against Duke and a fury of flying fists. Can Bo survive? Will the family be torn apart? Don't miss the 2-hour Dukes of Hazzard TV movie, Sunday at 8/7 Central.
And now it's time for another Insomniac mail sack. This one goes like this. Dear Mr. Bobo, you is a darn good actor, ... Why ain't you in more movies? Sincerial, Tony, age 12, Slurry, Mississippi. Well, thank you, Tony. You know, Mr. Lobo would love to be in more movies. I currently have a pro account at the Hollywood Actor Database where they send me a daily list of roles available to me based on my age and skin coloration. Cab driver, convenience store clerk, drug dealer, thug, pimp, Chicano gang leader. I'm not sure Mr. Lobo can pull off these challenging roles, but who knows? You may see Mr. Lobo as nose-picking Indian tech support in the next Transformers movie. Transformers? hope I can work up the accent. Anyway, thanks for writing, Tony. We'll have more mail after the next reel. Tonight's movie.
Well, they picked up the scent anyway.
Dad, do you think they'll find them?
Only the good Lord can answer that.
Well, at least we know they got this far. All right, let's split up into two parties and circle the lake. Keep your eyes open. Let's move out. All right, let's keep moving. Well, we can't do anything more tonight. Might as well start back.
I reckon ain't no use hurrying now, Mr. Benton. Reed and old Sam was alive. They'd let us know with a holler or something.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way.
You fellas notice anything about this lake? I mean the gators.
What about them?
They ain't. A piece of water this size usually has maybe 50, 60 big uns around. A whole lot of little ones. It's real unnatural.
Well, maybe our torches scared them away.
Nothing scares gators. So nothing. Animal or human.
Well, we might as well get out of here.
You got something in mind, Steve?
I keep thinking what Evans said about the gators. Nothing scares them, animal or human. And yet something made them leave. Maybe a mineral contamination. Guess I better run some water samples.
Come on, you two. Drink your coffee.
And supposing there is no contamination?
Well, then I'll send over to Eastport for a diving rig and go down to look for this monster of yours.
No, Steve, don't even joke like that.
I'm not joking, Nan. I had some training with an aqualung while I was in the Navy.
But, Steve...
Look, there are 2 bodies we know for sure down there. Maybe 4. They've got to be brought up.
Wait a minute. There are no alligators in that part of the swamp, right?
So?
No sign of any fish or snakes?
No. Well, what are you getting at, Doc?
Well, there goes your argument about setting off a dynamite charge underwater. You'd bring the bodies to the surface.
Get it out of your mind, Doc. I'm not using any explosives as long as there's another way.
Why must you be such a...
Stubborn pighead?
Exactly.
I'll tell you why. Number 1, there's bound to be some aquarian life in that section, even if the bigger forms have abandoned it. Explosion underwater would destroy every living thing and wreck what nature took years to build up. Number 2, I'm paid to prevent the useless slaughter of wildlife. Number 3, I'd have to get authorization. And to get that authorization, I'd have to come up with a heck of a good reason. Satisfied?
Finish up, Dad. I want to go home.
Steve, how long will it take to get this diving equipment from Eastport?
A couple of days. Why?
Oh, nothing. Take care of yourself, Steve.
Ooh, Mr. Lobo just got his ancestry results from DreamYourGenes.com. As you know, it takes a special blend of 7 mysterious races to make him Mr. Lobo. What? 74% white? Wait a second. This changes everything. I've been upgraded. Abacus, update my profile and print out my new offers from the Hollywood actor database. Trailer park resident. Hillbilly, abusive ex-boyfriend, evil corporate executive, rapist number 6, redneck, angry white male, shallow consumer who uses hashtags in every sentence, horror host. I think I picked the wrong time to cross over. Hashtag typecast. Cinema Insomnia will be right back. Hashtag need a good agent.
Well, it's a hillbilly bread for a sandwich treat made oatmeal, corn flour, and crushed wheat, and wheat bran and molasses and honey. You get Granny's old-fashioned bread for your money. Shortening soy, sugar, and yeast. Hillbilly makes a sandwich a feast, nourishing too. That's what I said. Hillbilly old-fashioned bread. I say hillbilly, hillbilly, hillbilly old-fashioned bread. It's colossal.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew! Oh, beautiful Sal was a stone-hearted gal, refusing to bill or to coo. But Clem was right smart. He appealed to her heart with that gal getting good old Mountain Dew.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew!
Mountain Dew will tickle your innards, 'cause there's a bang in every bottle. At the county turkey shoot, 'cause Luke warn't worth a hoot, he was hopeless till he finally took the cue. Yahoo! Mountain Dew! Now he shoots off the cuff, gets more'n enough after nipping at that good old Mountain Dew. Sure as shooting, there's a bang in every bottle of our delicious soft drink, Mountain Dew. It'll tickle your innards.
Oh, gosh. Jeepers. Miss Mittens, this place is a mess. I can't find the trash bags anywhere. Well, and where's Becky Joe Sue Bob's body? I mean, we're supposed to drag it off to the swamp. It's going to start stinking in here like dollar store perfume and corn nuts. While we try to find our expired man candy, let's return to tonight's Suckface Suckfest Leech Blanket Bingo.
Well, here's hoping.
Dad, can't you throw the dynamite in from here?
No, I want to get it out into the middle, in the deepest part.
All right.
It should go any minute.
I just can't figure it out. Walker's wife, why didn't her body come to the surface?
I don't know.
I think I better walk over to the coroner's office.
What's the matter, Mr. Benton? You feel awkward about arresting my father in his own home?
I warned him I'd arrest him if he used dynamite.
It's nice of you.
Well, the autopsy should be over by now.
Oh, Steve. I thought you'd be here.
I don't like to have to do this, Doctor.
Do we have time for a cup of coffee first?
Sure.
You mind, honey?
No, I'll make some sandwiches.
One thing is certain, for all the good it'll do now. Dave Walker didn't shoot Cal. I just come from the autopsies. Covers tried to keep me out. But I told him I'd raise a stink they'd smell all the way to the Capitol if he did.
Well, what killed them, Doc?
Not drowning. And Cal wasn't shot either. Every drop of blood was drained out of their bodies. And they had wounds on their throats. Suction wounds. Like a gigantic leech might make. And there's something even more incredible. Now, Cal was supposed to have been killed several days ago. Sam and Reed have been missing a matter of 48 hours. All three of them, as far as we know, were in that lake a minimum of 2 days. Now, I'd stake my reputation as a doctor that Cal hadn't been dead more than 2 or 3 hours when we found him. And the other 2 less than that. First stage rigor mortis started in during the autopsy.
But how could that be, Doc? It's impossible.
The coroner will confirm it. Whatever killed him is still in that lake, and it's going to take more than dynamite to get it out.
concussion from those charges would have killed a full-grown whale. That explains how Cal and the others lived after they were supposed to be drowned.
What do you mean?
Well, this whole region is riddled by caves and caverns cut out by the ocean thousands of years ago. If there are caves above the water, then there must be caves under the water.
Go on.
Mike and I had a chance to fool around with some frogman equipment captured from the Italian Navy. We sort of prowled through a sunken transport off Salerno. When the ship went down, it trapped some air inside the hull. We'd go down, come up inside the officer's lounge, take off her face mask, and sort of sample some of the bottles floating around. We'd drive the guys crazy trying to figure out how we were getting the stuff.
You mean you think that there's an air pocket or a cave underneath the lake?
Right, gotta be. How else could those people have lived down there? Not only that, it explains how, whatever it is down there, lived through the concussions.
Steve. Liz Walker. She might still be down there. Alive.
Hey, look at this. I found her wig. Oh, and a toe, or part of a toe. What do you mean she was eaten? Eaten by what? Oh, damn, that poor monster's gonna get cold sores. Don't put your mouth on anything. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Creepy crawlers, creepy crawlers, creepy crawlers.
Now, you can make all kinds of lovely things like these with Mattel's wonderful Thing Maker. It makes creepy crawlers, spiders, lizards, snakes, dragonflies. Make them yourself with this nice plastic goop. Choose a mold, pour in the goop, heat it, and presto changeo, you've got bugs. Squiggly, squirty bugs. They feel so soft and natural. You get 4 different colors of goop and special paints. Make charming lizard pins or spider rings. You can collect them or spread them around. After all, they're fun for the entire family. Get Mattel's new Thing Maker with creepy crawlers. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Wow! This place looks great, Miss Mittens. What did you do with all the trash? What do you mean it cleaned up itself? That doesn't make any sense. Much like tonight's film or any film produced by Roger Corman. This film was shot in a few days in the Everglades. Now I know what you're thinking, but it doesn't take bad filmmakers to make a film like this. You need the best writers, actors, and crew that you can find who could work fast and somehow make a movie out of almost nothing. Isn't that right, Miss Mittens? Miss Mittens? Miss Mittens? Oh no! My mascot's gone MIA! Maybe she's been et by a swamp critter. Miss Mittens? Miss Mittens?
Comfortable?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want me to go down for you, Mike? You haven't had one of these things on for a long time. Well, me, every other day I've been playing fish.
Not this time, Mike.
If you ask me, they ought to have their heads examined. Giant leeches. I'm willing to bet a month's pay they don't come up with nothing more than excuses. He's crazy. Him, the doc, and his brat, too. Just wait till I get on the phone to the Capitol. I'll guarantee somebody will wish they'd kept their nose out of other people's business. I'll guarantee that.
Let's go, Mike.
Steve! Be careful, please.
Don't worry, Mike will be ready if anything goes wrong.
Don't worry about Steve. Now, if you were going after Barracuda, you might have a tiny bit to worry about.
Ready, Mike?
Not exactly inviting, is it?
That sure isn't. Hold her steady, Mike.
It'll stop anything up to a tiger shark. But you got a hit. Misses don't count. Now, anything goes wrong, just yank on the line. I'll be down in a hurry. go down and finish it off for you, Steve?
No, thanks, Mike. I think I hurt her pretty bad.
Careful now. Anything hurts 10 times as dangerous. He's wounded it! He's gonna finish it off!
Does he have to go under again?
He's got to make sure, honey.
Where could it have come from?
I wish I knew. We'll have to make some tests. Maybe the proximity of Cape Canaveral's got something to do with it.
The rocket station?
Well, they use atomic energy in the first stages of launching. Not all of them have been successful.
You think that if some animal life was close by, not close enough to be killed, but close enough to feel the effects of a radioactive energy that's...
A mutation. A type of gigantism of some common animal. Whatever it is, I hope he's able to bring it up.
Still no sign of Miss Mittens or Eddie Jim What's-Her-Bucket. Even all my stuff has vanished, like my big thermos full of extra strong atomic GMO espresso. Maybe you can help me look for my houseplant during the commercial break. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
Gator golf! Step right up!
What could be greater than golf with a gator? Gator golf, give it a whack. Gator golf, yeah. Throw it right back. Gator golf, what could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator?
It's Gator Golf. Hit the ball in his mouth to score. The gator will toss it back out.
Gator golf, hit the ball in his mouth. Gator golf, he'll turn all about. Do you take a shot, Dad?
Okay.
You win! Watch a pro! Gator golf, what could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator?
Gator Golf.
Government agents, scientists, soldiers, master criminals, secret formulas, monsters and midgets. None of them belong in this swamp. Only one thing does. The Swamp Thing.
Uh-huh. Here comes trouble.
The Swamp Thing.
There goes the neighborhood.
Adrienne Barbeau and the Swamp Thing, an outrageous pair in the incredible adventure that grows on you or all over you. The Adventures of the Swamp Thing. The comic book legend lives.
If you're just waking up, you're watching Cinema Insomnia. I know we're supposed to be rolling the conclusion to tonight's film, but things here are getting really scary now. Mr. Lobo's all alone, and I keep hearing these noises getting louder and louder. Weird noises, like the noises from tonight's movie. Yeah, like that. Wait a minute. Is that a giant leech? Oh no! I'll never make white trash jokes again! Stay away! Miss Mittens, help!
could have done that? Look at her face. I've been around here for years. I never saw nothing like that before.
There was no sign of them this time. They must be licking their wounds.
You sure you used enough stuff to do the job, Mike?
I used 100 sticks of 40%. Ought to blow the bottom right out.
All right, let her go.
Oh, no. I've done enough of your dirty work. Help yourself.
Strange. This wasn't as bad as Mr. Lobo thought. Laying on the ground in a predator's lair, a half-empty husk. I mean, I guess that might be another weekend morning for Miss Mittens and LIZABELLE, but this is an all-new thing for Mr. Lobo. However, this lightheaded sensation is kind of pleasant. Maybe this is what white privilege feels like. Like a slumber party of the damned. Or the drained. Anyway, being an insomniac means never having to say goodnight. So this is Mr. Lobo signing off, saying thank you for watching Cinema Insomnia.